Good afternoon. We're back with more Marvel Champions, and today will be Cyclops versus Sabretooth on Expert difficulty. This will be a testing video for Cyclops. We want to get a chance to evaluate how good he is. We're playing Leadership Cyclops, but with allies from other aspects as allowed by his deck building ability. So, no campaign cards for this, but we're trying to rescue Robert Kelly. Alright, let's see what Cyclops can do against Sabretooth. Trying out coordinated attack and danger room training. We got priority target, that's good, but we don't have a target for it to start the game. I may just keep this hand and play energy, danger room training, and Nick Fury to start. So let's get started. Search for a tactic upgrade and add it to your hand. I wish that Field Commander was a tactic upgrade, but that is a title. Can grab practiced defense. Then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury. And draw 3 cards. I want to cycle through to find Field Commander as soon as possible, and there it is. Great. Off to a good start. Let's use Tactical Brilliance for that. Get out Field Commander. Or we could use Coordinated Attack since I don't have a use for it right now. Get out Field Commander. And now we can get practiced, or not priority target, but practiced defense. Priority target only goes off when you defeat the enemy, so I want to hang on to that. And then, or I may spend it here for like Tactical Brilliance. Yeah, let's do that. We can go Tactical Brilliance and go grab a Tactics card from the discard pile. I guess that'll be priority target. And we'll remove 3 threat from a scheme. And we'll use Cyclops to remove the other 2. So we take control of Robert Kelly on turn 1, which is great. And flip Protect the Senator. I think we advanced to 2A as well, yep. Deal each player an encounter card. Okay. So we can go ahead and use Nick Fury to take out the toughness, and I think we'll go ahead and spend a resource to deal 3 damage to the boss. Then we'll draw 5. So we got 1 threat incoming. And we got 1 attack coming, so first a heal for 1. Attack against Nick Fury. And then 1, 2 encounter cards. Mystique, oof, that's a tough one. And Pyro, yikes. Those are not good draws. Can't use magic to shuffle them back in because they are elites. And I don't have an attachment for the minions anymore. Could really use one. If I just go full blast on Sabretooth, that's an option, but I don't know that I can burn him out before I die. I could try. Go 1, 2, 3 for magic. Problem is I don't have resources for both Optic Blast and Full Blast. I do have 2 resources, but they can't both be used on that because they're like separate actions. If I did have one more resource, then I could put Sabretooth into phase 3 right here. Let's not play magic. Instead, what we'll do is we'll go Full Blast after using Strength to play Optic Blast. So we're dealing 11 damage, and I have to exhaust Cyclops to do that. But we do have overkill, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Take out Pyro. And then we'll go ahead and draw 3. 1 threat, 1 heal from Sabretooth for 3. 1 attack. Do I want to face tank that? I really need Cyclops' action available a lot of the time for Optic Blast or for thwarting. So let's just face tank. The enemy gets -1, so it's going to be 3 damage. And then Mystique gets to attack for 1. That's not that bad. Oh, whoops, players cannot attack the villain. So how does that work with overkill? I mean, I didn't attack the villain. He took overkill damage. I don't think that counts. I think that's fine. Because we attacked the minion and he took overkill damage. But 1 damage from Mystique. Oh yeah, this should actually go on Rubber Kelly. We'll have him tank the 4 damage. And then we got 1 encounter card incoming. Mutant Terrorists. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Brotherhood side scheme. That's tough. That is a tough side scheme. Oh, there it is. Now each Brotherhood mutant gains Quick Strike. But the 5 threat with the extra encounter card is a bigger concern. So what do I want to do here? We can do something like deal 1 damage for the tough. I can go Ricochet Beam, except that we can't attack Sabretooth, and this would be considered an attack. I could do Tactical Brilliance. Why was Cyclops exhausted again? Oh yeah, I removed the toughness. Let's not do that. Let's go Tactical Brilliance. We'll grab a priority target. With that, we'll remove 3 threat. We'll use priority target on Mystique. Thwart for 2. Get rid of the Brotherhood. Then we'll go 1, 2 for Ricochet Beam. And deal 3, which removes the toughness, and then 3, which just deals 3 damage. And then we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth. He's going to heal for 0. And then the attack, should we have Kelly face tank again? Let's do it. Attack is for 2. He can't be stunned, that's fine. So attack is actually just for 1. Mystique will attack for 1 as well. Again, we'll just have Robert Kelly face tank. And then we got one encounter card coming. Shapeshifter Surprise. Shuffle this card into your deck and it gains Surge. Lost Visor. So Ruby Quartz Visor goes under this card. Cyclops cannot attack. And we gotta switch to Alter Ego and exhaust Scott to grab the Ruby Quartz Visor and remove Lost Visor from the game. That's not that bad. So first let's go. We want Phoenix. Do we want Beast? Wolverine? Probably Wolverine. He's really, really strong. So let's go Wolverine. Let's go 3 damage. And then let's flip to Alter Ego. Search for a tactic upgrade. That'll be a coordinated attack. So actually we should wait to attack with Wolverine, because the coordinated attack could come out first, and then he only takes 1 damage from the 3 attack instead of 2. And we'll exhaust Scott to remove Lost Visor from the game. Grab Ruby Quartz Visor and draw 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to lose here. I may lose, depending on what the boost is. So we got 1 threat, we got a scheme for 2. Okay, that's fine. And then a scheme for 2. So yeah, the boost needed to be blank or I would have lost there. Got 1 encounter card. Oh, alright, that's a loss. Well, that was greedy. I could have stayed in hero form. I wouldn't have been able to attack, so no optic blasts. I could have thwarted there, or I could have had Wolverine thwart. Oh well, we'll get set up and we'll try again. I'm not going to hold that attempt against Cyclops because I think I could have played it better. Okay, Cyclops could probably be a pretty good hero if he just had a way to generate resources a little easier. So he's kind of limited to 1 play line since he really wants to play allies, but the allies tend to be 3 or 4 cost, and so he can really only do 1 thing per turn. Though I did get a little unlucky with the encounter deck last time. Interesting. Let's hang on to Beast. I think we'll just hang on to everything, actually. And what we're going to do is search for a tactic upgrade. So I got a little unlucky with the encounter deck last time, but I got lucky to get Field Commander early. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast. We can search for a resource card. Just grab power in all of us. And then we'll use it for Angel, who has his cost reduced by 1. And we'll flip. And I don't think I'm going to play practice defense here, but I will thwart for 2, thwart for 1, thwart for 2. Grab Robert Kelly, flip, deal another encounter card. And then we'll draw 4. There's Field Commander once again, very early in the deck, and that's very fortunate. So 1 card, 1 healing card. He hasn't taken any damage. and 1 attack, which is going to go on Cyclops. Do I want to just exhaust him to defend here? I think so. I don't really have an action I really need to do anything with, so let's just defend. It is for 2, so no damage. And we got 2 encounter cards coming. The Brotherhood and Caught Off Guard. I don't have any supports or upgrades, so that's a surge. Adamantium Claws. Sabretooth gains piercing and +1 damage. Okay, we definitely want to get out Field Commander. And we want to get out Danger Room Training. And put that on Beast. And practiced defense on Sabretooth. So Beast can thwart for 3 now. I do wish I had Cyclops' action available. Let's remove the toughness. And we'll draw 5. Yeah, I wish I'd face tanked that. Let the damage go to Robert Kelly. I'd be in decent shape if I had. Instead I could be in trouble. This attack is going to go on Angel. Two encounter cards. Avalanche, and he gets Quick Strike for 3. And the Senator will exhaust. Exhaust a character you control. Robert Kelly's an ally. And then we got Shadows of the Past. Mr. Sinister, Genetic Manipulation. Again, a pretty tough draw with 2 minions coming out in the same round. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Wolverine. Get a priority target on probably Avalanche. We can go... Well, now let's get a priority target on Mr. Sinister. Make use of Wolverine for 1, 2, 3 and remove the toughness. And then Beast for 3 with the Danger Room Training. And get rid of Mr. Sinister. Priority target will draw 2 cards. Danger Room Training. We'll get that on Wolverine. And heal him for 1 with the Innovation. And we'll use Cyclops to get rid of the Brotherhood. And then we'll draw 5. So Wolverine can attack for 4 now. It's going to be quite strong. 1 thwart, 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth. Cyclops can defend this one, I guess. So the attack is for 1, 2, 3, 4, -1 for practice defense is 3, discard a random card, and 1 damage. And then Avalanche will attack for 3, which will put on Robert Kelly, and he exhausts. Actually, it's +1 boost, so 1 additional damage. And then we got 1 encounter card, which is Sabretooth Strikes. Deal 1 damage to Robert Kelly. Okay. So on to the hero phase. Let's go coordinated attack on Wolverine. Oh, sorry. So I actually misread coordinated attack. That shouldn't have gone on Wolverine last game. It goes on a minion. Wolverine does heal for 1 at the beginning of my turn. So we can have Beast attack Avalanche for 0 consequential damage, which is good. And Wolverine as well. Or I'll probably Optic Blast. So let's have Wolverine attack for 1, 2, 3, 4 on Sabretooth. And let's go Tactical Brilliance. Get rid of Genetic Manipulation. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for Gene Therapy and reveal it. There it is. Attach to the enemy with the lowest printed attack without a copy of Gene Therapy. When attached enemy attacks, the attack gains overkill and piercing. At the end of the attack, discard Gene Therapy. So that'll go on Sabretooth. And then I can also take a Tactic into hand. Just be a priority target, which we're going to use to Optic Blast Avalanche. And we can draw 5. Ready up. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth. It'll be a pretty big attack, so we'll have Beast tank it. Oh, he's gonna get overkill though. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 plus the left Cyclops defend. 4 plus the boost is 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 minus 2 is 3. And then 1 encounter card, which will be Unrelenting Savage. Sabretooth attacks you. So Gene Therapy gets discarded at the end of the attack. First attack. Sabretooth attacks you. That'll go on Beast this time. Okay, that resolves everything. We also needed a heal for Sabretooth, which I forgot about. Okay. Well, definitely want to get Exploit Weakness. Definitely want to get Ruby Quartz Visor. Just go 1, 2 for Ruby Quartz Visor, 1 for Exploit Weakness. So, increasing the damage, negative damage for him. Wolverine should heal for 1 at the beginning of the round. We'll use Ruby Quartz Visor for Optic Blast. Wolverine for 4 damage. And we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth, which should go on Cyclops. Actually, wait. No, he should take more because of Exploit Weakness. Optic Blast is an attack, so +1 damage. Wolverine is an attack, so +1 damage. And then Sabretooth needs to heal for 3. And then attack Cyclops for 1, 2, 3, 4. Attach this card to a minion and give it tough. There are no minions. -1 is 3. So 1 damage. And then 1 encounter card. Medical Emergency. Okay, probably do need to heal Robert Kelly, so that's good. So, moving on to the hero phase. Gonna have to heal with Cyclops at some point. Don't think I'm gonna be able to get through the remainder of the boss's life without healing. Is there any... No, we can't do double Exploit Weakness. Let's go Genius for Clue. Look at the top 5 cards for an event. Tactical Brilliance it is. And we can go ahead and use that with Exploit Weakness, Coordinated Attack for a Tactical Brilliance. And we can grab the card back, remove 3 threat, And then we'll go Kalu. Kalu to remove 1 threat. Heal 2 damage from Robert Kelly. And I forgot to heal 1 from Wolverine at the beginning of the turn, but he's not going to attack this round. Or actually he can. That won't retire him. Get Danger Room training on Kalu. Or I could just use Wolverine to thwart for 2 here. Let's do that. And then use the visor for 3 damage. Or maybe I leave that and I use Wolverine to put Sabretooth into phase 3. I think I'll do that. Let's put Sabretooth into phase 3. And then we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth. He gets a heal. And the attack, I think I'm going to put it on Kalu, even though it wastes the Danger Room training. Because I need Cyclops to be available to heal at some point. And this turn looks like it may be a good turn to do that, if his action is available. So let's get 1 encounter card, which is Mystique. That's tough. And then we'll move on to the player phase. We'll go heal 1 from Wolverine. We'll go 1, 2, 3 for Phoenix. Go find a tactics card. There isn't one. Or wait, no. Choose a Cyclops card. So let's pay for Phoenix using a Cyclops card so that we then have something to grab back. And then we can go 1, 2 for Maria Hill and draw a card. So we'll thwart for 2, thwart for 2. Thwart for 2. Use the visor. It's only enemies with an upgrade attached, so not Mystique. We'll remove the toughness from Sabretooth. And then I'm going to flip to Alter Ego here. And search the deck for a tactic upgrade. Grab priority target. Attach it to Mystique. Go ahead and heal. And then draw 5. Pretty sure I survive here with 9 threat cushion. So 1 and then a scheme for 2. Mystique schemes for 2. And then we got 1 encounter card, which will be Gang Up, Blank Surge, Blob. Okay. So on to the player phase. Heal up again. And then flip. We'll go. So Wolverine will heal for 1. Ricochet Beam seems pretty good here. Let's go Ricochet Beam. First we'll get an Exploit Weakness. Let's go 1, 2, no wait. Here's how we'll do it. We'll go Maria Hill to thwart for 2. Retire her. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast. And go searching for a resource card. Then we can go Ricochet Beam for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Visor 1, 2, 3. Phoenix for 2. Beast for 2. Wolverine could deal 4, but that would only put Sabretooth at 1, so we're not going to do that. Wait, I can't do any of that. Because the guard is there. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in addition, I'd have to deal with retaliates. But we got to deal with Blob first. And so we can go energy for Ricochet Beam and deal 3. And then the 3 to an upgrade could go on Mystique after I deal with the toughness on her. So let's get rid of the toughness. Then we Ricochet Beam, 3 on Blob, 3 on Mystique. And then we'll go Beast for 2 on Mystique. And Visor for 3 on Blob. Well, can't do that. He doesn't have an upgrade attached. Can do Visor for 3 on Mystique. Yeah, that is a significantly worse turn. That guard is a big deal. Wolverine could finish off Blob, but he would be retired, and I don't want to do that. So I'll just eat the pain from Blob next round. Yeah. Okay, so 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth. First his healing card. 1 attack from Sabretooth, we'll put that on Phoenix. Mystique will attack for 3. 4, -1 is 3. That will have to go on Senator Kelly, though. We'll let Blob's attack go on Senator Kelly. And Senator Kelly will get stunned, and Mystique can go on Cyclops. He'll defend. So the attack is for 1. Yeah, if Blob wasn't in the way, I actually could have killed Sabretooth because of the exploit weakness. See what I can do this round. I got some options. But we still have to reveal an encounter card, which is Infiltration. Shuffle this card into your deck and it gains Surge. Villain attacks you. Well, I have to have someone defend against that or Senator Kelly will die. So that'll be Beast. For the player turn, we've got 1 healing for Wolverine. So we can go 1, 2 for Ricochet Beam. Deal 3 to Blob. And then 3 to Sabretooth. +1 for Exploit Weakness. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 Retaliate. We can go Optic Blast plus Full Blast. And that's going to be an attack against Mystique. But it's now got Overkill. I don't think that procs Retaliate. The attack will be... But if I attack Sabretooth, it'll be for +1 with the exploit. Or no, it's increased the amount of damage attack from each attack, so... How does that work exactly with the Retaliate? I'm not sure, but we'll attack Mystique, I think. So it'll be 8... No, I can't do Full Blast because Cyclops needs to be active. He has to have his basic ability available for that. I can Ruby Quartz Visor for the Optic Blast, and I'll take out Mystique with that. Draw 2 cards. And then I can go 1, 2, 3 for White Tiger and draw 3 cards. Ironheart and draw a card. Okay. Then we can go Wolverine for 1, 2, 3, 4, but he would take 1 retaliate and die. White Tiger can do 3, Ironheart can do 2. Let's just leave it. We'll use White Tiger for 2 Wart and we'll draw 4. And then I think I forgot 1 retaliate damage on Cyclops for the Optic Blast. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sabretooth, which will go on White Tiger. First he needs to heal. Or does the healing happen after Sabretooth activates against you? So it should be the first card. And then we got 1 encounter card coming, which is Master Plan. Nothing. Just get an acceleration token. So, can I deal 10 damage? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, easily. So Wolverine heals. Ironheart attacks for 1, +1 from Exploit Weakness. Wolverine attacks for 3, +1 for Danger Room, +1 for Exploit Weakness. Takes 1 Retaliate. And then Ruby Quartz Visor for an Optic Blast. And that will end the scenario. Well, Cyclops did better here than I thought he would. And I think the reason is because in both scenarios, both these games where I tried him, he drew Field Commander. We drew Field Commander early. And I actually think that Field Commander should probably be like a setup permanent card. Or that Cyclops' setup ability should be... He shouldn't have constant training, but instead he should have a setup ability where he grabs Field Commander. Because with Field Commander, I think this hero feels pretty good to play, and I don't think he's overpowered with it. If he came with that just built into his kit, I don't think he would be overpowered. I think he'd be very playable. But I don't really think he's going to like defeat Magneto or Ronin or anything like that. And without Field Commander, I don't think he's going to feel very good to play. Because the reason that we were able to do well in this scenario is because we got a lot of value out of Exploit Weakness and practiced defense. And that's because they were able to stay on the table from like turn 1 for the entire game, just getting value every turn, every attack. But you have to have Field Commander for that to happen, and Field Commander is only 1 card in 40. So if he really needs that 1 card in 40 in order to be playable, I don't like that you have to cycle through the deck 1 time in order to make him playable. I don't see a reason to require that of the player. I think it should be just a setup permanent card. And then Cyclops would be pretty fun to play and very playable. Without it, I think he's going to be very inconsistent and sometimes frustrating. But we'll continue on to the next scenario. We'll get set up with Sentinel. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back and continuing to test Cyclops against Project Wide Awake or Sentinel. So we need Abduction Protocols Side Scheme. So a lot of thwarting is needed in this one. Got Operation Zero Tolerance, mutants at the mall. Though Operation Zero Tolerance, there's not really a reason to clear threat off of it. Because it is permanent. So let's get started and hope to draw Field Commander early again. Definitely don't need 2 coordinated attacks or really priority target. early. Okay, so we can grab a tactic upgrade. That's probably going to be maybe exploit weakness? No, I don't think so. Just going to grab coordinated attack for the resource. So here we'll go. I think I will play a practiced defense on Sentinel. We're going to get out, use strength for Kalu. Look at the top 5. I was hoping for a thwart event. Any event would have been good. We'll go ahead with ricochet. Well, let's thwart for 1. Sure, we'll thwart there. We'll go energy for ricochet beam. Let's not thwart for 1. Let's remove the toughness from Sentinel. Then we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. Thwart for 2. Drop coordinated attack. Draw 4. And we got 2 threat incoming. We have 1 attack incoming, which will go on Kalu. And then we got 1 encounter card, which will be... So that's going to be Kalu face down under Operation Zero Tolerance. Energy barrier attached to a Sentinel minion. There aren't any. Mutant detected. The villain and each minion engaged with you attack you, or you place the top card of your deck. I'll put the top card of my deck face down for now. It's early and I'd like to get set up. Remove these side quests, so I want Cyclops' action available. At the end of the round, practice defense is going to go away. I really want Wolverine out. White Tiger is really good, but Wolverine's better, I think. So let's get Wolverine out. Let's use Cyclops to get rid of Mutant at the mall. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Sentinel minion. Are there any that Wolverine could kill immediately? Do you have to reveal it? Yeah, reveal it. So this one would be a Surge. But I could kill it right away. We'll just grab this guy. Or this guy. He has toughness, but Wolverine will go through that. Search for the energy barrier attachment. What does that do? Where is it? Is it in the discard pile? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, that doesn't matter because it's gonna die right away. So Wolverine attacks with piercing and just kills this dude. And we've got Jubilee now. And we'll go ahead and use Jubilee to thwart for 1. Draw 5. So 1 threat. And 1 attack. Which can go on Cyclops. So probably just face tank it for 5. And 1 encounter card, which is under fire. Not good. Lost visor. Grab the visor. 1 more encounter card, which is Sentinel Mark 5. If targeted elimination is attached, it is not, so we have to search the encounter deck and discard pile for targeted for elimination. While you're engaged with a Sentinel, you cannot change from hero form to alter ego. But we need to for the Lost Visor. Exhaust your identity to discard this card. Okay. So we need 5 damage to take that dude out, which we actually can do. Let's go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Beast. Grab a resource. Okay, we'll grab one from the deck, or from the discard pile. And then we'll play Maria Hill. Jubilee doesn't count against the ally limit. And then we'll go we'll exhaust Cyclops to get rid of targeted for elimination. We'll go 1, 2, 3 to get rid of abduction protocols. So we get 1 random captive ally. But he would count against the ally limit. I forgot to heal 1 from Wolverine. So that's going to retire Maria Hill. Or Jubilee. We could retire Jubilee. Off to the victory display. Off to the victory display. And then we can go Wolverine, Beast, so we're not engaged with the Sentinel anymore. Do I actually need to worry about... Oh no, we are engaged with a Sentinel. Oh, a Sentinel minion. Yeah, I don't actually need to exhaust Cyclops to get rid of that. I can exhaust Cyclops in alter ego form. I may need to thwart first though. Thwart for 1. I don't want to place the top card of my deck under Operation Zero Tolerance. So we'll just get rid of targeted for elimination. Then draw 4. So 1 threat, 1 attack from Sentinel. Put that on Maria Hill. Wait, I have too many allies still. Yeah, I couldn't retire Jubilee. Had to be Maria Hill because Jubilee doesn't count against the ally limit. So then we can have the attack go on Jubilee. Kind of amounts to the same thing. Boost, exhaust your identity, that's inconvenient. 1 encounter card, which will be Sentinel Mark III. So start of the turn, Wolverine will exhaust. We need energy barrier for that Sentinel. Wolverine will heal, not exhaust. Where did energy barrier go? There it is. And we're probably going to retire Wolverine here just because you get so much value out of taking out this Sentinel. Wolverine's perfect for it. So off he goes. We'll go Beast for 2 thwart, Richter for 1 thwart. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick Fury and draw 3. There's Field Commander. Tactical Brilliance for Field Commander. Danger Room for exploit weakness. Nick Fury for 2 damage. And we'll draw 5. So 1 threat, 1 attack. Oh, it should have been Nick Fury for 3 damage. So 1 attack on Nick Fury. Put Sentinel Mark 4 into play. The attack will take out Nick Fury, and then we got 1 encounter card coming, which is Exhaustion. That's annoying. I'm never going to get rid of Lost Visor. And Sentinel Mark 6 with Quick Strike for 2 damage. Not good. Let's go Angel for 2. And use Cyclops to get out Danger Room training on him. Then we'll attack for... Oh, I should have... Did Richter ever attack? I'm not sure, but... Let's go Angel for 3 damage. Richter for 1 damage. And then 1 damage to the villain. 1 damage to each minion engaged. 2. And he's retired. And then Beast, we'll hang on to him for a jump block. But I think Jubilee should have gone underneath as well, right? And Nick Fury, so I'd actually have lost right now. Because either 2 cards go under Operation Zero Tolerance or Cyclops dies. So I would say this would reinforce my point because we didn't get out Field Commander early and struggled more. It's not a huge difference, but it is a difference, and I don't see any reason why Field Commander shouldn't be a setup permanent card. I think it makes Cyclops a lot more playable. But definitely not overpowered. So I don't see a reason not to do that. Because with Field Commander, I think playing the Cyclops deck does feel like pretty good. It's fun. It feels like being Cyclops. You know, in card game form. And I don't see any reason to not deny the players that, since he's not OP with the Field Commander out. So there are a few different heroes who kind of rely on one card in their deck, and that makes playing that hero sometimes feel great and sometimes feel bad. And so I wish that some of the heroes have been designed with less RNG involved in playing them. For example, I love playing Ant-Man. I don't love how reliant he is on his helmet. I wish he came with the helmet built in. I don't think that would make him OP. And given that of all the heroes that I've reviewed and played so far, there's only one that can consistently beat all the content, and that would be Spider-Ham. I think a lot of the heroes are badly in need of a buff. Now the problem is, if a lot of the heroes get buffed, then a lot of the content becomes quite easy on Expert difficulty, because any hero that's capable of defeating Ronin on Expert is kind of capable of defeating almost any quest in the game on Heroic. But if you're gonna make a scenario like Ronin, or like Venom Goblin, or like Magneto, you've got to make heroes that can defeat that on Expert difficulty, right? I mean, I guess you could make an argument that you don't have to do that at the time of the scenario's release. You could say, well, we're giving players something to shoot for in the future. But what's going to happen then in the future? They're eventually going to release a super overpowered hero? Or are they going to release cards that make the current heroes better? That hasn't been their pattern so far. The only time they've really released cards that made heroes better was like maybe Iron Man. Protection Iron Man got significantly better, but You know, maybe Spider-Man with the Web Warrior cards. But generally, their pattern hasn't been to upgrade heroes after the cycle that the hero was released in is over. So that's probably not going to happen. So if there's only one hero in the game that can beat all of the content, Spider-Ham, are they eventually going to make more heroes that can do that? I mean, personally, I would like to see a number of the heroes get a buff. I'd like to see heroes that rely on one specific card coming out to be good to get that card for free. I'd like to see hand size 4 go away and replace it with hand size 5. I think that would make She-Hulk, Thor, and Hulk much more fun to play. And I don't think they'd be overpowered with that. Drax as well. I'd like to see it hand size 5 instead of 4 in hero mode. I'd like to see Groot change from forced interrupt to interrupt on his hero power. So I'm going to make a list of recommended house rules to make heroes feel more like, to make playing their deck feel more like playing the hero. Because I don't think Hulk feels like playing Hulk right now because he's too restricted, and that's not really what playing Hulk is supposed to feel like, right? You're not supposed to feel inhibited or limited. And currently you do because of the 4 hand size. It limits your play lines to like 1. So you'll look at your hand and you'll think, there's only one thing I can really do here. And that doesn't feel good in a card game. It feels good when you have a lot of different options and you have to solve a puzzle to figure out what is the best option of the options available to you. It doesn't feel good when you have only one option. It's like, okay, so I'm just playing an RMG simulator right now. I'm not even really playing a card game if I really only have one option while you're playing the game. And that's what hand size 4 does to the player. And so it's my opinion that it shouldn't exist. But anyway, I'm soapboxing here at the end of the video. Cyclops, not really a very powerful hero. If he came with Field Commander attached to him as a setup permanent card, I think he'd be a lot of fun to play and very thematic. He doesn't, though, so your mileage with Cyclops may vary. Perhaps he's simply a more multiplayer-focused hero. Anyway, thank you for watching.